See, all the honorable members are requested. Those who would like to place the written speeches, please, you are having the privilege to place the written speeches on the table of the House. Next speaker, Sri Lavu Sri Krishna.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Let me start off by expressing my solidarity with our fellow member Asuddin OACG. I condemn the attack that has happened on him. Not only him, but not only any member of this House, but every citizen of this country who is having a secular and independent voice. That voice needs to be safeguarded. That's our belief. Coming to the budget, it is a little bit disappointing from the side of Andhra Pradesh because none of the promises made under the Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Act 2014 have been mentioned in this budget. But before I express my grievances regarding that, let me talk about some of the positives of this budget. The first positive being, even though it's an election year, there's every temptation to have an election budget. She has resisted from that. Second positive being acceptance of a digital currency and tech economy. It is ushering in, it is a way of saying that India is ushering into the Industry 4.0. Third positive being green economy. It's a clear and present danger that we are seeing that there's a climate change happening across the globe. And as a major economy like India, issuing bonds for green infra, PLI scheme for manufacturing solar panels, planned transition into carbon neutral economy is a move in the right direction. Positive number 4, and most importantly for my constituency as well, this one, high allocation for cotton procurement. CCI has been doing great work for the last few years with respect to the procurement of cotton. This is music to the ears of all the cotton growing farmers across the country. Positive number 5, 19% increase in the budget for education. We have seen in the last 2 years how the most vulnerable group, that is the children, have suffered because of the learning losses that have happened. In the last 2 years, there was a digital divide, which we have seen across the country. Hopefully, this increase in 19% will try to bridge some part of it. And positive number 6, reduction of duty on shrimp-related aquaculture inputs. Coming from a state which exports almost 30,000 crores of marine exports every year, this will boost our farmers and this will boost the marine exporters of not only Andhra Pradesh, but all the coastal lying states of India. Positive number 7, cut in the tax rate for cooperative societies, which are the rock bed of the rural economy. Hopefully, this will strengthen them. Coming to the concerns about this budget. The first one being the fertilizer subsidy has been decreased. And we have seen in the last 1 year, in 2022, how other than urea, every other fertilizer rate has gone up. So this time, decreasing this fertilizer subsidy is a cause for the concern. Second concern is no increase in allocation for the agriculture research. We have been talking, Prime Minister has been talking about doubling the farmers' income and also the cross diversification and all these things. Without actually increasing any budget for this agriculture research, how is it going to happen? It's a little bit of a concern. And food subsidy has been reduced by almost 28%. PM Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana, which has done amazing work in the last 2 years during the pandemic. There's no mention of that in this budget, so I believe that it's going to be discontinued soon. So that is a major cause of concern. And allocation for Narega has been reduced by 25%. Even though in the last 1 year, only 52 days of work has been generated for the 100 days that has been asked, that is average that has happened. And rural development budget has been cut by 11%. And healthcare budget is not reaching, even after pandemic times, what we have seen, how many gaps that are there in the rural healthcare systems. We are, after seeing all that, even then, we are not able to give 3% of the GDP with respect to the healthcare budget. And MSME is getting extended emergency credit guarantee till March 2023. You might say, yes, we are extending this scheme. What is the problem with that? But this is only half cup full. The other problem is there is a major issue with regards to having the cash flow issues. Even in the last 1.5 years, there are almost 66 lakh MSMEs which have been closed out because of the cash flow issues. So this needs to be looked into. I raise these concerns because there's a safety net that has been created in this country so that poor people doesn't suffer by reducing the fertilizer subsidy, food subsidy, rural development allocation for rural development, NREGA, and all these things. On one side, we are not able to keep them safe with the safety net. On the other side, we are not, on the other side, as the MSMEs are closing down, we are not able to generate enough employment in the MSME sector. So, two problems that we are trying to, that is there in the country. One, on one side, unemployment, on the other side, this one. But the budget is saying we'll face these two problems with one answer, that is by making sure capital expenditure is increased, by making sure with the capital increase in capital expenditure, that growth will happen and employment will be generated. But if you look at those numbers as well, capital expenditure numbers as well, there is 7.5 lakh crores has been allocated for capital expenditure. Out of that, 80,000 crores in this has been allocated for the loans to NHA and BSNL. And in another 1 lakh crores has been given as the interest fee for a long-term loan for the states. But if you take out these 1.8 lakhs out of 7.5 lakh crores, it is only 3% increase when compared to the last year capex expenditure that has been proposed. Having capex expenditure on the books is one thing, but spending it is a completely different thing. Coming from Andhra Pradesh, we have a completely different experience post-bifurcations, because number of promises that have been made in Andhra Pradesh Bifurcation Act involves capital expenditure, which has not been happening for the last 8 years or so. Starting with Polavaram, it has been conceived with a 15,000 crore as a project, but after escalation, cost escalation, everything, it has come up to almost 55,000 crores. Till now, only 13,000 crores has been spent on this. From central government, only 11,000 crores has been given, has been reimbursed. Still, there's 2,100 crores that has to be reimbursed from the central government. This is a capital expenditure. This project is supposed to irrigate almost 3 lakh acres of land. It's supposed to give our drinking water to almost 500 habitations in that area. And coming to the railways, in this year budget, there is almost 7,000 crores that has been allocated for the state of Andhra Pradesh with the various projects of the state of Andhra Pradesh. But going by the past experience, what we have seen in Andhra Pradesh, this will lay in the books. It will be laying the 7,000 crores will be there in the books and on the papers, but it will not be spent. Mainly because a revenue deficit state like Andhra Pradesh, which cannot fund this, you are asking the states to fund 50% from our side for this, and the central will fund 50% from the other side for the land acquisition and all these costs. But a revenue deficit state like Andhra Pradesh is in no position to do it. Even our colleagues from Telugu Desam Party was also written in 2018, raising the same matter, saying that whatever you're asking from the state, the share should be decreased so that Andhra Pradesh, there's some sort of the 7,000 crores or whatever is allocated can be spent in Andhra Pradesh. I hope Minister will take that into consideration, because NHA and MOT are doing the same thing. When they're acquiring the land, they are coming out with creative solutions, so state won't feel that burden. So I hope Railway Ministry will take that. And also the other promises that have been made with regard to the AP Reorganization Act, the South Coast Railway Zone, it has been announced, operation has been pending. Oil and petrochemical complex at Kakinada, it's still pending because lack of viability gap, funding from the central government side. Ramayapatnam Port, which has been an alternate port for Dugirajpatnam, which was promised earlier, there is no progress with that. Integrated steel plant at Kadapa, there is a slow progress with that. On top of that, to rub the salt in the wound, Vizag steel plant, which was there, which we got it after a lot of agitation, that has also been, the central government is planning to privatize it. We have already expressed our dissatisfaction with that. Please try to make it viable through other means. And educational institutions, IIT, IIM, IIIT, NIT, ISER, Central Petroleum University, Central Agriculture University, Tribal University, there are a lot of institutes that have been sanctioned. But we have given the land also to the tune. We've done all of it, all of the things that can be done from the state side. But there is still most of these campuses are still running from rented buildings. No progress has been made with that. Vizag, Chennai Industrial Corridor, which was supposed to boost the economy on the eastern side, only 1,340 crores has been spent in the last 8 years. These are all the capex expenditure that was supposed to be done from the central government side, which they are promising now in this budget. But this is the experience of Andhra Pradesh in the last 8 years, sir. And compounding these problems, with the unscientific bifurcation of the state, AP has received 54% of the population and 45% of the revenue. Revenue deficit was 23,000 that was calculated during the bifurcation. Only 4,000 crores has been received till now. Special package for AP was announced. Only 428 rupees per person has been allocated, whereas Bundelkhand got almost 415 rupees per person. That is almost 10 times more than what is allocated for Andhra Pradesh. Pending dues to the tune of 6,284 crores are there for the AP Genco from Telangana side. It has not been settled. AP has a net borrowing limit of 42,472 crores, but it has been reduced by 6,000 crores because the previous government, TDP government, has overborrowed it. You are punishing us for whatever the misdeeds that the previous government has done. These are all the problems that I'm not the first person who is raising this. There are a lot of members before me. There are a lot of member of parliaments from Andhra Pradesh who have raised this numerous times. I'm not the first person that I'm raising it, but this is the injustice that has happened to Andhra Pradesh, and there is a witness to this injustice in this house itself. Yes. Last week I was listening to Rahul Gandhi speaking about bouquet of flowers and mentioning about all the states in the country, but he couldn't take Andhra Pradesh name. Maybe he also knows in his heart that injustice that has been done to Andhra Pradesh. So I request that whatever injustice that has been done to Andhra Pradesh be rectified. If we have to believe that this budget, which is promising this capex to happen, this capex will happen and it will help Andhra Pradesh grow. Please show us by fulfilling the promises. Please show us by approving the cost of approving the escalated cost of Polavaram by 55,000 crores as soon as possible, and release the pending amount of 2,100 crores, and extend the GST compensation for another 5 years. And interest-free loan, you're giving 1 lakh crores for all the states put together, but we know how much.
Please try to conclude.
Last 1 minute, sir.
Special package.
No, you are having 4 speakers. Your party having.
No, sir, only 2 or 3 speakers. So there is an interest-free loan.
Good, sir. Krishna speaking good, sir.
There's an interest-free loan that has been given to tune of 1 lakh crores for all the states put together, but we know how much cess has been collected in the last 3 years on the fuel itself. It's almost close to 10 lakh crores that has been collected. Even if we go by the calculation of GST, we should be getting more than 1 lakh crores that has been promised. And there is a mention of, in the budget, there's a mention of Godavari Krishna Kaveri river interlinking project. But I request, there's a work that has been already been done. Whatever work has been done, please compensate for that. And also, please, at least in this year, we are all of us are ready for this project to be sanctioned, and so that please ground this project at least. And finally, sir, this has been a promise that has been made in this house. This has been a promise that has been made in the house by the previous Prime Minister Manmohan Singh ji, and this has been promise that has been made by the present Prime Minister during his campaign in 2014 in Tirupati itself, sir. This is a rightful demand of our people. This is about special category status, sir. This has been a promise that has been made during the unscientific bifurcation of our state, sir. But we have been asking continuously, but nothing has been done about it, sir. This situation, the longer this situation continues, sir, if you are denied this right, the more people will lose faith in the promises of this government, sir. It is the strength of this government that it is connected to the people on the ground. I request that it stand by its commitments and ethos. I must combat the growing sense of alienation among the people of Andhra and handhold them at this crucial stage in their development, sir. AP wants to prosper and progress, sir. We want all the states to prosper and progress, because we believe inherently when all the states prosper and progress, only then this so-called Amrit Kal will arrive, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Next speaker, Sri Dinesh Chandra Yadav ji.